car. Oh my God. We're gonna have a great time today. Enjoy the show, I guess. All right, you guys, Nissan Silvia, once again. This is Brandon's car, that kooky kid on Instagram. You guys have probably seen him around. This is definitely, without a doubt, one of the most recognizable Nissan Silvias around Vancouver specifically, and one of my personal favorites. First off, congrats, Brandon, for not just completely ruining the look of your car. It's got the stock, or at least I think it's stock. It's got the what looks like the S15 Spec-R Aero front bumper, which personally is the best looking front end for an S15 Silvia, in my opinion. The wing is still on there, the Spec-R wing. That looks the best. Really good stuff. And I mean, the first thing you notice about this car is just it wants to rotate so badly, and like the diff is just super aggressive. Brandon's got the perfect amount of camber, especially for street driving, where you can really feel the front tires dig in when you enter a corner hard, and really nice. 350 horsepower at the wheels. Brandon has had it upwards of 400 at the wheels, running about 25 PSI, but right now, conservative for the street right now, which I'm happy for. The car's plenty fast, it's quick. These cars are extremely light. The inputs are all nice and quick. Steering rack is nice and quick. I love this deep dish wheel. Here we go, 4,000 RPM. Yeah, it pulls hard. These cars are light, you know. Lightweight goes further than anything when it comes to just acceleration and carrying speed. Side view mirrors here. I mean, Nissan was doing some really great stuff styling wise in the 90s. I don't think they are now. I really just don't see that in 2017. That's personal opinion, obviously. Well, even still, that's like, the R35 GTR is not a pretty car. Not compared to this. Like, that's, anyways, I'll stop rambling.
Hey, my name is Brandon. This is my 2001 Nissan S15. A year and a half ago, I was looking for an S15. I ended up finding one through the grapevines through a friend in Japan. It was bone stock, and I'm the second owner. The first owner actually had all the sheets for it, for like all the service records from Nissan, everything, and it was kind of cool because it wasn't an auction car, so it was a private sale. So it was kind of cool that I went through the process of importing it myself and doing everything. Had all Nismo parts when I got it, which was, I didn't know, it was a surprise, and I wanted to keep it like the 90s era, Japanese style, like the original drift cars. I've gone to some accidents already at the track with my teammates. It's not that big of a deal. I just shoulder shrug it. It's part of the sport. I mean, some people like bringing the cars to show and just showing it. Some people like driving it. I mean, if I have the car, I'd want to drive it to its full potential and at least know where I can improve as a driver also and test the limits of my car.
Today we actually have a new sponsor, Vincero Watches. This is a Chrono S. It is a blue and brown, so it's got the brown band here. Every single person right now is getting a discount code, all right? So there is a discount code in the description if you want to hit that up and hit up Vincero Watches. Again, I would not promote a product that I'm not fully in love with, and this watch is dope. I'm gonna be wearing this in future videos. Usually in a drift car, you hear an entire just like interior of rattling or whatever. Brandon actually has kept the entire interior of this car. Now, I don't know if this is his daily or not. I wouldn't even be surprised if it is. Like, some people come on the show and they're like, oh yeah, that's my daily, and I'm like, this is your daily? Like, that is crazy. That's gotta beat you up, right? I would not be surprised if this was Brandon's daily. Something you can still drive hard and take to the track and or drift, but still be comfortable as a daily. Brandon's done pretty much just that. I don't even know if that was his goal, but just driving it, that's the vibe I get from it. Boost comes on nice and hard, pretty much whenever you want it. There's a little bit of spool up, and it actually hits. Like, even at 10 PSI, there's cars like my MR2 doesn't really, like, the boost doesn't really hit. It kind of just builds and then you just kind of carry it through the rev band. There are a lot of cars that actually hit, and usually they are, you know, 600-700 wheel horsepower 2JZs or RB26s. The boost on this car actually hits hard, and you can feel the torque just like right in your back. It's amazing. Heel towing is extremely easy. Really loves to rev match. Little bit sideways there. Sorry, Brandon, I hope I'm not overstepping my privilege, but thank you. Thanks for that, that was fun. God, I love driving drift cars so much. They're so easy to slide. And like, I'm not even like drifting the car, but just to get the back end out for a second is just, oh, it's the easiest thing.
The SR in it right now is a Tomei Genesis Phase 2. It's stroked at 2.2. Forged internals. It has the Tomei arms turbo that's also upgraded. It's got 260 cams, BC Racing, custom valve, 14K, 12K coilovers. It has all Nismo lower control arms and front subframe. ISR Racing, all adjustable arms. It's got a welded diff. Fujitsubo full exhaust, and street tuned 350 at 15 pounds. Nothing too fancy. I daily it, so. When I was younger, I used to watch a lot of like videos and stuff, and I saw drifting when I was younger on YouTube and some random DVDs, and got really into it. And at the time, an anime called Initial D came out, and my first car ended up being a 180SX. Got to the S15. S15 was the one car I really wanted because at the time, no one else had it, and it came legal in Canada. The livery came about just to copy like Japanese option videos and like the magazines. I still have the whole stack at home. And that scene in Japan, it's to have a nice car, a nice looking car. It also drifts as well as it looks. And the style was from then, and how all the professional D1 drivers used to have their cars like stickered out.
Yeah, all right, yeah. I could see this car getting you into trouble. This is not a car that's like, oh, it's slow enough that it's gonna get you into trouble. This is not a momentum car. This is you've got a lot of torque to just shove you out of the corner whenever you want. This is well under 3,000 pounds, and that is exactly why I love 90s Japanese engineering. That is pretty much the sole reason. Turbochargers and lightweight balanced chassis. That's what 90s Japan did so well. 300ZX, nicely modified, black with a, or white rather, with a black hood. Shout out. I mean, boost hits easily before 4,000 RPM. Wow, that does not feel like 350 at the wheels. That feels like a lot more. Wow. fifth gear pulls just as hard as fourth gear.
In Vancouver, we have a car group, that's our car group. It's called Good Vibes, and it's a bunch of guys that we got together when we were younger, drifters with some really crappy 240s, and over the course of 5 years, we've gotten better as a drifting together, and our cars have gotten improved. And we've also all traveled to different drift events together, and we always have fun with it and do stupid things. We really push the idea of keeping the good vibes no matter what. Drift event-wise, we've probably gone to Nissan Fest every year, and this year we've actually got to compete as a team, and that was fun. And it was also fun for me to, at least as much it wasn't as fun for the spectators, was when I crashed into my teammate and just seeing the crowd in the States just like lose their mind about an S15 crashing, but really it wasn't that bad. It was just a headlight, no big deal, but it was fun, we laughed about it. I feel like people these days that are getting into drifting focus too much on what they think they need in their car, and they want to upgrade power and all these knuckles and things, but really you just need to get the basics and even start out with, like, I started out with a KA, not even open diff, a VLSD, and just get the hang of how a car moves and understand the concept of it and test yourself and progress as a driver. It's a learning experience, owning a bright red sports car that's illegal in the States.
It's got all the personality of a drift car, yet it can still be driven comfortably, somewhat comfortably, on the street. And this is one of the classics. The S15 Spec-R is going to be a classic car. It's gonna be remembered, let's just put it that way. Pretty much the best car to ever come with an SR20. Although that Pulsar GTIR we drove, oh my God, that thing was legit. That thing was crazy too, and that had an SR20 in it as well. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Obviously, hit up roadsandtravel.com. You can find everything there, including all our merch is up there as well. And yeah, see you guys next time.